ki khubor ka bate si TV. Lawan Rashapi taka Frank Motors. Booking open for the new Nexon. Visit Frank Motors or call 7045207973.
MIT University of Meghalaya. Our admissions are now open for the academic year 2024-25. Explore our best courses, experience global collaborations. Apply today.
Kynhun Myntri Sarkar Jilla hak apundro truk rampang kala Mynjur ya ka Pahuh policy Thymmai na kapinta ban kinti ke jingla ka Jilla ban pinmi Bording Khambon hagis number 1. Haba pentip ya kini Myntri ka tanah Bording u iti mandal ulang bagani ke jingwan ra da ka Pahuh policy Thymmai ke dewan play kilat kilinti ki company sarkar pedeng ba sarkar Jilla ki company shimat ban wan shapo ka Jilla ban te ki jing te ban pinmi Bording. Mandal ola pentip hakini ka Pahuh policy Thymmai ka sarkar Jilla kala Mynjur ban besu yaki kendon Thymmai kataban plilat ban pentri kami ki project penmi Bording Thymmai kum ka pump storage project ka thermal power solar but hydrogen.
And the cabinet has agreed the new power policy.
What are the
this
things?
component is same. Some new addition is there. As you were aware that our earlier power policy was not having anything called pump storage project. We have a little bit changed the criteria for solar energy as per the requirement of renewable power purchase obligation. And then we are also encouraging the investor to come to the state so that new power projects come. These are the basic things that we have added. As of now, no power project is not functioning well. All are functioning well. Yes, thermal power project. All the power sectors we have included into our new power policy.
So when this thermal power projects?
That is a different thing because it can come directly from the state government, from the central public sector units, from independent power producers. Power policy is basically a guidelines that how we will start the power policy. Actually, there was one allotment quite a long time back to NIPCO, 500 megawatt. But you must be aware that now NIPCO is a subsidiary company of NTPC, and they have decided that NIPCO will be now only dealing with green energy. So NIPCO itself has written us that they want to scrap this power policy. So accordingly, we have scrapped. So change. New old power policy came in 2010, and this year it is 2024. 14 years has elapsed, and by the meantime there is big changes in the power scenario. So we needed new power policy. Yeah, that was there, but they have written that they don't want to go ahead with the power project. We have nothing to do with power policy. Have nothing to do with NIPCO. No, we have given the scope for having pump storage project. Our earlier power policy was not having because this is a new thing into the power industry. So how do we go about if we want to have our own pump storage project? So that's why we have brought it into the new power policy. No, this is a policy matters. After that only the state utility will think that whether they can go ahead or not, or maybe central PSUs they will think, or private party may come as per this. Then only we will see that whether it is feasible to give them or not. Actually, I'll just deviate from there. We have entered into an agreement to see whether the feasibility is there. If feasibility is not there, then no point of having that provision into the power policy. Now we found that there are some basins where we can have the pump storage project. That's why we are bringing it into the power policy. There are many. No, that is there. Not only for this one, we have gone for this power policy for all, for hydel power also, for thermal power also, for pump storage project also, for solar, for thermal. Even we are thinking other green initiative like hydrogen, all these things. When it will come, we will take that into consideration also. It is not that we have just brought this power policy to facilitate pump storage projects.
But
No.
hydel and thermal are
Yeah,
have always been
It
there.
is there, but we will be giving some incentives also. We are working on it. If incentives are can be given to get this producer come in our state and invest. This will be more friendly. So from central PSUs or maybe IPP, independent power producer, may come and invest. All along last 10-15 years, we have not seen any power project is coming up other than Ganol from state side and also Riangdo from state side. I will tell you. Say Umiam Hydel Power Project, stage 1, that is having 36 megawatt. Stage 2, 20 megawatt. Stage 3, 60 megawatt. Stage 4, 40 megawatts. Then New Omtru is having 40 megawatts. Then Leshka is having 126 megawatt. 22.5 megawatt is there in Ganol. We are having two small hydel power project. One is Sonapani, 1.5 megawatt, and one is Lakro, 1.5 megawatt. I think I don't, only this term I think 4 or 5 we have scrapped. Kinshi stage 1, then around Mao, and then Kinshi stage 2. This, only 4 or 5 I think we have scrapped. When we have scrapped, there is a time frame for preparation of DPR, for preparation of all other things. There is a time frame. And you see all were awarded somewhere in 2007, 2008, 9, 10. After the lapse of almost 10 years, nothing has happened. That's why we scrapped this one. There, after repeated correspondence to these independent power producers, they are not coming forward or cooperated for going ahead with the power projects. Then we thought that better scrap, and we give opportunity for other people who want to invest. This is quite beyond. Let the things come. We kept option for that.
If you can.
Nothing at present.
See, we with this policy, in next 8 to 10 years or so, because these some of the projects are long gestation period projects, especially the hydro part. It requires a lot of environmental clearances and all those things. We, for ourselves, have set up some targets, like for example, in terms of hydro, the additional capacity, we have kept a target of around 300 megawatt. Part of it we are targeting through the second phase of Myntri to Leshka, for which the TPRs are almost towards the finalization, and with this policy we now aim to find out a prospective partner. If the state government is not taking it on its own, this policy gives the flexibility to the state government to get partners or the joint ventures either with the central PSU or any other private player who gives the best deal as per the norms of this policy. So around 300 megawatt is what we are targeting in next 8 to 10 years under the hydropower. Under the pump storage, the feasibility studies have already started. We are waiting for this policy to be through so that we can start allocating the basins and the locations as far as the development of the pump storage is concerned. Again, the target we have kept slightly conservative of 2000 megawatt, but I am sure that with the kind of feasibilities which are coming up now by the central PSUs, these figures might go up, but we are keeping a conservative target of around 2000 megawatt of pump storage projects at various locations. Thermal, as all of you are aware that the new pattern of the mining and all is through after the clearances from the Government of India. So maybe we are looking after either 1 or 2 projects of roughly around the capacity of 250 megawatts at the 250 at the pit head, depending on but the major issue here as of now today, as on today, would be the allocation of the coal, so that the the developers are aware that, and they are very sure that the coal is available at the negotiated prices for the next 25, 30 years, which is normally the life cycle of the project, which we take into account. And then, of course, solar, we are looking something between 50 to 100 megawatt. We are not a very suitable state in terms of radiation, but there are certain locations wherein they are showing promising results in terms of setting up of those plants. So this is part. And of course, the wind is one we have kept an enabling provision in this policy, so that tomorrow if some developer shows some interest, we should have a policy in place so that we can help them out and give the incentives which are there in the policy. The total potential is roughly around, not much, roughly around 80 megawatt or so. So let us see how much of it we can realize in the days to come.
Well,
So
Mr.
one
Sanjay,
of the pertinent issue that the state is facing in as far as executing.
No, this policy is supporting the developers, whoever it be, as per land issue is concerned, as per the existing rules and acts. So that way it will be suffice to help them. But one thing we got to understand, in case of private lands, we got to convince the landowners, then only we can help this one. That problem is everywhere. Naturally, it is here also.
Definitely. That is the purpose of this policy. That is the purpose of this policy. So we are not saying that we'll bypass any of the environmental concerns. So all the clearances, all the statutory requirements would be fulfilled. It's not like that there's no power project based on the thermal or the coal-based plants are not coming up in India. They are coming up after following all the rules and regulations, and we will follow the same.
Yeah, we are targeting that, and this power policy is in that direction only.
So you are sure that
Yeah, we are sure.
you will be power surplus within 5 years.
Why not?
So what are the hurdles now?
Hurdles were many, but we are slowly coming up with a different strategy to tide over this situation. And we hope that even this year itself we will be able to minimize the load shedding also.
See, one thing we have to understand, the concept of the power surplus has not much meaning in the sense when we have got connected to one grid, which is the national grid. So it is basically the availability as well as the demand. And if the demand can be met through the cheaper source of power, which is economical for the corporation, we do all kinds of operations. Of course, the policy is aiming, as I mentioned earlier, that is aiming at the capacity addition, which will be in-house, especially when the hydro projects are there. They have a longer period of 50, 60 years, and initial investments is high, but in the long terms, even after 15, 20 years or 25 years, the power is as good as a free power to you. So this is what is the purpose, that we keep on adding the capacity as well as we keep on making our energy portfolio management quite professional, so that we do not end up with any power shortage. The studies are going on. It's not 4, it's more than 4. For the two locations, we have got encouraging this thing. I'll share the names with you. Now, since the policy would be in place after a small modification with the Honorable Cabinet has directed, we'll make those the suggestions and directions given. We'll make those changes in this policy, and once we notify, that would be the next step, that we get into the agreements with the developers. In this case, it will be mostly the central PSUs who will be come here, and we take it from there forward.
Is it NTPC?
It is NTPC. Those provisions have been kept. There is a development fees, there is a processing fees, and all which they have to give upfront. Apart from forfeiting them, the other provisions, as Sir was mentioning, that some of the projects which got into MOU route could not finalize. In certain cases, the reason was that after the studies were done, because when we get into the MOU, we only do the pre-feasibility. After that, the DPRs are made, and certain changes in the environmental laws have come. The flow of the rivers, the percentage of the water which was made available 24/7, all those factors have come into picture, and some of the projects have become unviable for that reason. So none of the developers, whether it is PSU, central PSU or state PSU or the private players, will venture out into something which is unviable from day one.
See, it is not possible for the MECL to check all the buildings. As I mentioned earlier also, if we request all the consumer, if there is any problem as far the connectivity is concerned, they can immediately inform us. We will take immediate measures to check all those problems.
But to prevent as a preventive measure,
Preventive measures, if suppose in your premises you have put electricity as per the requirement of the MECL, I don't think anything will happen. Yeah, that's why if old wire is there, it is having a life. You should not go beyond that. We can come out with a circular that these old houses
Electrical
should
safety
change.
norms are there, sir. I mean, the first time when they charge the line, sir, they do get the clearances, but I mean these were done long time back. So
Well, let us give a general circular to all the departments that there should be an audit as per their electric connectivity is concerned. That's what we have taken a decision that we will have issue a circular to all government departments to kindly check that there is no chances of short circuiting. And if wires are and other appliances are old, they should immediately replace it. We'll give a general circular to all government departments, which will be binding to private consumers also.
Citizen first is our motto. We believe that our citizens need to be connected with government for faster and efficient service delivery. I am happy to announce that we are coming up with a dedicated CM helpline call center